Hi guys. So I have been looking at your responses to the extended practice problems, and I just wanted to take the time to go over this, and I hope that you watch this before you take the quiz. I think it'll be really helpful. So looking at number 1, we can assume that all of these atoms are neutral, okay? There's no charge. Hold on, there's no charge here. Okay, so there's no charge on our calcium, our tin, or our plutonium. So we're going to look at the periodic table, and you should always have yours handy with you. So calcium's pretty straightforward. Tin, again, is pretty straightforward, but the plutonium, if you look at the plutonium box on the periodic table, it says that plutonium's mass number is 239. However, in the problem that I gave to you, the mass number of plutonium is 244. So you need to use the mass number that I gave to you. Okay, you need to use this mass number right here, the 244. All right, so I don't actually really like that. So I hope that clears that up a little bit. Next, we need to figure out the mass numbers of our following atoms. So for number 2, again, this is pretty straightforward. The mass number is the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. So we go to our elements, beryllium, titanium, and gallium, look at the atomic number, and then we add the number of neutrons that I gave to you to that. So it's going to be 4 plus 5, 22 plus 27, and then 31 plus 38. I did notice that this said 68 right here on some papers. I don't know why that happened, but if you got the process right, I gave it to you anyways. Okay. 3, I needed you to write this symbol using the format. If you didn't, that's totally fine. Again, I gave you the number of neutrons here, so all you had to do was add the neutrons to the protons to get the mass number or the number that is on top. So our 23, our 39, and our 208. Okay, so 4, 5, and 6 are similar. Again, I looked at the wrong element when I did my previous answer key to number 4. So if you were like, Miss Stone, why did you mark it as 46, not 44? That's why I made a mistake. So it's 44 protons, 57 neutrons, and 44 electrons for our neutral ruthenium 101 atom. Moving on to 5. So if we have a nickel 60 atom with a plus 3 charge, that means we're going to have 28 protons. The number of protons never changes for the atom you're looking at. Okay? The number of protons is always the same. We're going to have 32 neutrons because we were given the nickel 60. So we got to take 60 minus 28 to get us to 32. Then we got to take into consideration this plus 3 charge. So if there is a positive charge, that means you have that many less electrons. So what I'm saying is we have a plus 3 charge. That means we need 3 less electrons than protons. So that's why we have 25 electrons. 28 minus 3 is 25. Okay? It's the opposite when we're dealing with a negative charge. Okay? So if we have a negative charge, that means you need that many more electrons. Okay, so we have a sulfur 32 atom with a negative 2 charge. That means we need 2 extra electrons. Okay, electrons carry a negative charge. So I know it's kind of hard to think about that, but just remember that while you're working through this. Electrons are negative, so if you have a negative charged atom, you're going to have more electrons. If you have a positively charged if you have a positively charged atom, you're going to have fewer electrons. Okay? One more thing I want to mention. If you look here, this is a plus 3 charge. Okay? So if we have anything with a plus 3 on it, like we have here, our number of protons and electrons should not be the same. All right? So those were just the few things that I noticed as I was going through your assignments. Hopefully you watch this before you take the quiz and you have time to look over it. And if you have any questions, please email me, let me know. Okay? Thanks.